Hi, hey, hello there. Behind here. Welcome back to the Comic High Ground. And I'm actually on time this time. So, before I get started, She-Hulk. I forgot to mention last week that she was being sued for the name She-Hulk by Titania. I don't know how that slipped my mind, but that moves forward to this episode today, which I don't know if you know, or I don't know how many anime fans we have here, but this episode feels a lot like what we call filler in anime. And when I say filler in anime, obviously, if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's when there's a lot of episodes that really don't have anything to do with the core plot of what the manga is. And while this episode has some key things in it, it very much so feels like a filler because the whole episode is basically Jennifer trying to deal with this lawsuit that she has against or with Titania. She can't represent herself because the law firm won't allow her to. So the firm assigns her one of their own lawyers, and she's played by the same woman who played Kale in Alter Carbon, which was freaking awesome to me because Alter Carbon was freaking awesome. So to me, she'll always be Kale, and I might accidentally call her Kale in this review a few times. I'll try to get a handle of that. But she tells Jennifer basically, obviously, she's going to take on the case, and that Jennifer needs to change her outfit basically because she looks bad. And I have to agree. I think I mentioned it before, but I really do not like this big suit that they have her in. And I get it's supposed to be like a superhero origin, how they got their look type of thing, but they really could have did better than that suit that she's been wearing because it looks terrible. Ooh. So yeah, Kel was right about that. So in the background, or as a side plot, Nikki and Pug have this side mission, if you will. Pug wants these new Iron Man shoes that have come out, and Nikki is trying to find this new look for She-Hulk. And Pug knows a guy who's like a super secret superhero fashion designer. So he tells her that he's pretty sure that the guy can help them. She agrees to stand in line, and he takes her to the guy. And the guy is basically the internet is comparing them to Edna from The Incredibles. He's basically really obnoxious and kind of annoying, honestly, but he agrees to help them he agrees to have a consultation with She-Hulk. That's what it is. And in the meantime, She-Hulk again is trying to figure out this case. And here's the thing that basically, how do I say? This is where I say the episode feels like filler because it's really slow, and maybe that's not a bad thing for your average show. But when you're talking about a superhero show, there should be like 80% action and 20% talking. Not those exact numbers, but you get my point. But they eventually, She-Hulk does do the consultation. The guy agrees to make her outfit, and she goes back to court. Then realizes that she made a She-Hulk dating profile in the previous episode. So because of that, that means she did actually use the identity She-Hulk for something herself, and she has to bring out all the guys who she dated on that profile or with that profile in the previous episode, and they all basically vouched for her being She-Hulk, that she acknowledged that she was She-Hulk, that she did use the name, things of that nature. So Titania loses the case, and she kind of gives her a veiled threat and walks out. And that's that. So one of the other things about the episode is, and I'm not sure, I mean, maybe I wasn't paying attention or paying enough attention. I think I did hear something about a particular thing, or maybe a red flag incident or scene in the episode. There's that one scene that has Jennifer and Kel in the restaurant, and they're kind of talking about men a little bit. But that one didn't strike me as too bad because, to be honest, no offense, ladies, but I feel like that's what y'all do. Y'all have those type of conversations all the time, just like we have conversations about women. So if that's the scene they're talking about, I'm like, yeah, I mean that's normal. Other than that, She-Hulk does go back to the costume designer. He has developed or designed a suit for her. Well, a suit and a super suit apparently, but we don't get to see it for, I guess, obvious reasons. In that they will always make you wait. They'll tease it and then they'll make you wait another week to see the actual outfit, like they did with Falcon and Winter Soldier. That was annoying then too. Other than that, the next thing you get is like a tease at Daredevil because you see his helmet sitting in the can or canister or a box or something in the room. So maybe Daredevil will be there next week. Other than that, like I said, this episode was slow. Really felt like filler, and it had some funny moments, but again, kind of a slow episode. So I I don't know what to say about this show right now. It's something. I'll say that it's a show. It's episodic, obviously. Each episode is its own thing, and there's like a slight thread between each episode. But for example, the She-Hulk blood thing, we hadn't heard anything about that since episode 3. So who knows where that's going, because they hadn't even tried to touch on it again yet. Maybe it'll pop back up when Daredevil shows up. I don't know. But aside from that, that is pretty much my thoughts on episode 5 of She-Hulk. I'm hoping it gets more exciting because, again, this is like a filler episode. So let me know what you think, and I will catch you all on the next one. And remember, we have the high ground.